Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with another review video. Today we're taking a look at this Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham by S.H.Figuarts from Across the Spider-Verse fashion. Okay, so now starting for the box art, there is a partial window showing the upper parts of the Spider-Man Noir and the Spider-Ham, and we can see there is an illustration of the Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham on the side. I think the illustration is pretty bold because the red and the black are a good contrast to the purple color background, which is some glitches of the city in the back. And on the sides, there's some promo shots and the contents of the figure. Okay, so now let's open it. Okay, so here is the Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham out of the box. It comes with 1.5 layer of the trays and the main layer with the two figure and a jacket, and the other small layer with the hand accessory and the web effects of the Spider-Man Noir. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at the figure. Okay, so here is the Spider-Man Noir out of the box. I must admit that his present looks really amazing with the tall height, and the all black aesthetic looks really good on him, given exactly like the old school detective noir vibe. And we can see that his aesthetic looks really amazing. There's a belt with the little pouches on his waist, and there's the details of these are really amazing. His body is completely covered in black except for the eyes, which are in the gray lens. You can see there's some buttons on his chest, and there's a turtleneck stash on his neck, and the leather boots, which is a nice detail to the figure. But I think he looks a little bit weird without the hat and the jacket, and he looks like an alien. And in the movie and the comic, he wears them all the time, so it doesn't matter if he looks good or not without them. The only thing that matters is how he looks in those things. So I'm going to wear him. So here is the jacket. I thought it was leather style texture, but it is not leather. But thank God it is not a wool texture like the Peter P. Parker. And you can see the small buttons on here, and you also got this little pockets that you can actually put his hand, well, remove the fist first and then put his forearm into this. And here's a belt. It can be removable, so be careful not to lose it. You got wire on the side and all the rim in the below, and here as well. There are no wires on his back, so you got total of 3 wires. And here is the hat. The hat is like exactly the old school style hat. Okay, so to make him wear that, remove the fist first. Slide his arms through the sleeves. Fold the columns. Then reattach the fits. Oh, nice. He looks so cool. And the head is not easily fall out. While I was wearing his coat, I just noticed that the upper body is hollow, and this did not. See the difference? Because the weight is pretty light here when I lift him. Okay, this complete his look. Oh wait, I forgot the holster. He also got this holster accessory, but unfortunately there is no a pistol or a revolver. So you only got this holster, but no guns. Okay, like this. Well, overall, his aesthetic looks really good. Nice. He looks exactly like as if he got out straight out from the movie. Okay, so now let's take a look at the articulation. The head can go up to this much. He can tilt side to side. Oops. Well, with the head, be careful when you do the head articulation because it could pop out even though it remains really tight. But with the hand pressure, it can pop out. You can go forward like this. Since it is with the coat, the arm can go only up to 90. Well, you can rotate them, but be careful not to twist the sleeves. Oh, I accidentally twisted it. You got a butterfly joint. It loses most of its movement because of the jacket, double jointed elbow, and the wrist joint. About also movement, which is really great. Well, I don't like the fact that they didn't add the creases of his outfit here below the upper torso because it cannot be seen at the idle position, but if you move the upper torso backward, this area is exposed and you can see there are no texture added to this part. Lower torso movement. The leg can go up to 90, and here is the thigh swivel, double jointed knee. Here is the ankle pivot and the pivot movement. Okay, that's all for the articulation. So now let's take a look at the spider ham. So here is the spider ham. I like his eye and this nostril got the comical appearance of his eyes, but he lost all the black web lines across his body. You can see in the illustration there are black web lines across the body, but they are not present in the actual figure. You got a little arm. The arms are movable, but articulation is not that great. I think this spider ham figure is not that much. Well, you can see that half of the accessories are for the Spider-Ham, and Spider-Man Noir only gets his basic accessory for a Spider-Man, like the hands and the web, only that, not more than that. But Spider-Ham got lots of accessory. There are some questions about this because even though it is said that across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Ham's role isn't that much in the movie, so does for the Spider-Man Noir, and he gets all the accessory from the previous movie into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man Noir doesn't get his one, like the Rubik Cube or the pistol, but he gets all the accessories from the first movie, even though the figure is poorly executed. So I feel like it doesn't make sense to pay a lot of money for this poorly executed figure while we get so little accessories for the Spider-Man Noir. So anyway, let's talk about the accessories. So for the Spider-Man Noir, he comes with 6 pairs of additional accessory, starting with the wall crawling hand, or this could be the relaxed hands. And here is the usual spider web shooting hands. And what is this hands? I mean, it was for the hold of the match, but he doesn't come with any match. So what are we supposed to hold? I don't know if I missed anything. And here is the web swinging hands. And here is also another web swinging hand with a little hole in the fist. And he comes with 3 web effect, web shooting, long one, web shooting, shorter one. And here is the swinging web effect. These are all for the Spider-Man Noir, and he doesn't even come with a pistol, while he got a holster. For the Spider-Ham, he gets this base to make him stand, because he cannot stand on his own. His head is too big and he cannot be balanced. So this could be used to like this. And here is the interchangeable head, and again there are no black warp lines on the head. Here is the interchangeable part for the lower body, which is like a posing. And here is the release hand when he used the handshaking pose. Here is a pair of web shooting hands. And here is a pair of hammer holding hands, with the hammer being this one. You can insert this to complete the hammer. And you also got these additional base for the posing legs, like this. And this then is for holding the hammer, because he cannot also be balanced with this again. So you can insert the stand into the base like this. Oops. Like this. And you hold the hammer like this. Okay, so these are all the accessories that they come with. And I think there are few accessories for the Spider-Man Noir than the Spider-Ham, even though he doesn't look good that much. I'll be really grateful if he add the Rubik Cube. That played a crucial part in the movie. So now let's take a look at the size comparison. Okay, before I move to the size comparison, I realized what this hand is. What this hand is actually for. It was for holding his head like this. You can hold the hand. You can hold the head, like giving a salute with the head off like this. So this hand is not for the holding the match, but for the holding the head. So I guess it is good with what it has. Now for the size comparison, here is next to recently released S.H.Figuarts Peter B. Parker from Across the Spider-Verse version. I think in the movie, Spider-Man Noir is the tallest one among the Spider-Man, but in the figure, Peter B. Parker is as tall as Spider-Man Noir. Okay, so here is next to S.H.Figuarts Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse. And here is next to S.H.Figuarts Spider-Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse. And here is next to Spider-Punk, S.H.Figuarts Spider-Punk from Across the Spider-Verse. Well, his height looks good with the other figure, except for the Peter B. Parker. I should have added this Spider-Ham here as well, to see the height difference. Okay. Now here is next to Sentinel Peter B. Parker. Oh, he looks so small next to him. And here is next to Mayfest Spider-Gwen. And we also got this Mayfest Spider-Ham, which comes with the Spider-Gwen. And here is next to Mayfest Scarlet Spider. And here is next to Mayfest Spider-Man 2099. Okay. So before I continue, I like to do a slight comparison between these two Spider-Ham, Mayfest and S.H.Figuarts one. I just realized that Mayfest also didn't have the black line painted, but he did a good job with the shading and the highlight. So he looks like he get a black painting on his body, while this figure is definitely not. And the use of the red color is also look good on the Mayfest one than the S.H.Figuarts. He looks a little bit dark, and you can also see the shading under the head and body. But S.H.Figuarts one is pretty bright and really saturated one, so this doesn't look that much good on this figure. So I think in the Spider-Ham figure, Mayfest still look better than the S.H.Figuarts one. Okay, so now here is next to Mayfest, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And here is next to Marvel Legend, Spider-Man 3 Black Suit. Okay, so here is next to Marvel Legend, Black Cat. And last but not least, here is next to Inert Batman. So my final thoughts for this figure is very mixed. The fluctuation between the goodness and the badness is very much. For the good points, this Spider-Man Noir figure has got to be the best one in the 1/12 scale. The soft gold coat and the overall aesthetic look so incredible that I believe that it could knock out any other brands. But at the same time, he got only the bare minimum amount of accessories for a Spider-Man figure. However, that could be complained that this version is from the second movie and not the first one, and he didn't use that much accessories in the second one. Then why does the Spider-Ham get the accessory that he didn't use in the second movie? It's just a bit confusing. And also the Spider-Ham was poorly done, and the presence of the Spider-Ham is definitely not worth the price. If Noir was released as a single figure, I think it would be so much good even with this amount of accessories. He's indeed a very good figure. So all the good things are about the Spider-Man Noir and all the bad things are about the Spider-Ham. What do you guys think about these figures? Feel free to tell your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.